So the modulus, the lateral part of platysma, attached of the mastication muscle, and to the risorius muscle, and is attached to the skin of the corner of the mouth. Corner of the mouth is also called modulus. If the layer of subdermal fat tissue above the platysma is very thick, a double chin appears. So I'm in that layer. This is the risorius muscle. It rises from the connective tissue above the parotid gland, goes horizontally, and also weaves into the mouth corner. It works when we smile like this. Or stretching mouth corners horizontally. And this smile also strains the vaccinator. It classified as a mimic muscle, but in practice its main function is to mesh the food between the molars during chewing. It also works when we blow with force or pipe up. It arises from the pterygomandibular raphe. So this is the vaccinator muscle, and this is the pterygomandibular raphe. So it's a narrow strap of interlacing sinews. And then vaccinator muscle goes through the cheek, yes, and weaves into the orbicular mouth muscle. There. So this is the vaccinator muscle. This image shows that it's covered by a fascia. So here it's in section, and above the vaccinator muscle there is the fat body of cheek, or fatty ball of Bishar. Also, this is platysma in section. It covered by subdermal fat, there, yellow, and skin. So let's look at the photos. The less is the amount of fat tissue. The smaller is the spot. Sometimes when the fat body is not big and the cheek muscle is less developed, this area can be concave. Then it's said that a person has sunken cheeks. To some extent, this is true about Uma Thurman, Pavel Voля, and Kate Moss. If someone believes that his cheeks are sunken but doesn't wish to put on weight, it can be recommended to do some exercises for the vaccinators. To work them out and fill this space. So, have a look at the photos of Arkady Dvorkovich and Shia LaBeouf. Shia is rather thin in general, and his fat body of cheek is small. However, his vaccinators are well developed and have a great volume. And this is why his cheeks are not hollow. Arkady Dvorkovich's fat body of cheek is somewhat a little bit greater, and his vaccinators are also big and strong. They both are people with relatively small masseters. And big vaccinators. This is why the cheeks are so roundish, and that's why the angle of the lower jaw is so smooth. Of course, this is also caused by the shape of the lower jaw. By the way, you can touch your cheek and check how thick they are. Like this. And actually, I think that Arkady Dvorkovich, Russian Federation President's counselor, and Shia LaBeouf are doubles. They are of the same height, build. They have the hands of the same shape and proportions. And you know, I can add another double, actually a triple now. This is Georgy Kaptelin, a well-known Russian journalist, a host at channel Russia 24. Yes, of course, that is all questionable. I suggest you to comparing the photos, having a look at the features, and mimics. The similarity in the shape of the skulls, cartilages, and mimic muscles produces an incredible likeness. The difference consists on hair, of course, of hairstyles, color of eyes, shape of ears. That is absolutely different. Yes, and the amount of fat tissue. The fat tissue of all three is distributed evenly. So, well, which is not always that case, as I'll explain it later. So Shia LaBeouf is the thinnest. Arkady Dvorkovich has a bit more fat tissue, and Georgy Kaptelin has the most, which makes his features the softest and smoothest on the three. So you can pause the video and look at these photos once again. Sorry. And yes, there is another case of two incredibly look-alike men, Sergei Mavrodi and Bill Gates. Shape of bones, cartilages, not only of their face but also bodies too, the same height, hands, cast of features, the same level of development of muscles. But the fat tissue is distributed differently. Bill Gates belongs to the people whose face doesn't gain weight. If such person gains weight, his fat tissue is gathered on the neck, under the platysma muscle, while the rest of the face, cheeks, wings of nose, lips, forehead, are not gain weight. And well, this is an unequal distribution of fat tissue. However, Bill Gates' eyes are not sunken, so I think that there is enough fat tissue in the area of eyes, especially under the eyelids. And he has always been like this, as you see on these pictures. So this is his photo from the school, and this is from the university. And Sergei Mavrody's face, on the contrary, gets weight uniformly. If such a person gains weight, the fat tissue thickens everywhere. Cheeks, wings of nose, tissues under the orbicular mouth muscle, even the lips become bigger. So, this has not happened with Bill Gates. However, his face, by the shape of the skull, cartilage, development of his muscles, is very much alike. And so please look at the mimics once again. I think that this observation is very interesting.